Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to BND Live, the Dungeons and Dragons live stream where a group of high school friends attempts to play Dungeons and Dragons remotely via the internet. With us, as always, we have Steven as Dromm the sorcerer, Tim as Vinny the rogue, Erin as Agnes the bard, and Nakul as Sir Pen the paladin. I am Shawn, your ever faithful and humble DM, and this is BND Live. Alright, let's do a little recap, shall we? A little recap. It was Dillick morning. You got word from Shady that the Duke wants to see you. Cogswell is still recovering. Bane has been by. Arthur hasn't been around. That's a little update on your what are they called?
Payroll.
I don't know.
Entourage, yeah.
Something like that. After a quick trip to the bank to visit the manager, Woodmer Denman, to drop off the gems and warn him against Ken, you head over to Parliament. The Duke meets you in Skaldrake's quarters. He's heard the stories of Sir Pen's adventures, the recent attack on his life, the saving of his ship from Ken and the Badgers, and now Skaldrake has been kidnapped. He believes he's been taken by the Badgers east to the Bogs of Kerath-tor. That's where the bulk of their members have a stronghold. He would mount a rescue himself normally, but he has plans to finalize with the wedding to Shogren Palkin Moondrop. He's willing to give you 100 gold now for discretion and 200 later, as long as you sign some forms. Oh, and while he's giving you time to think, you find a secret room with a teleport circle and a chest that you bring into the office and then try to ignore, and then try to turn invisible with Dromm. But, however, the Duke sees it and insists you leave it behind. He will investigate. You leave with having synced sending stones, a note for horses from the royal stable, and you spend the day preparing, which involves going to Wimblecat's House of Wonders, where you learn that the bogs might be home of a black dragon. You also sync with his stone, and buy some healing potions, and level up. So I think we're going to pick up, I guess, either that evening or the next day, depending on what you'd like to do. Did you want to do anything else Dillick evening, or should we go straight on to DePaul?
I'm good. I got my How to Kill Dragons book and my bog shoes. I'm all set.
I might want to do just one last performance before I head out.
Sure. At the yeah. Do you want to roll for that?
Yeah, sure. Performance. Here we go.
Performance.
So we're gonna go over to the Duchess.
Yeah, do you guys want to go there too? Might as well. Makes sense.
No, not history check. Performance check.
Ooh, history check.
Mm.
Maybe you're just
I think you're saying no. We can't come to the Duchess for a second. So.
No, you can't.
Give a dissertation.
It was gonna
22.
Nice. Nice.
You need a duet?
No, well, I don't have Mr. Bones to play his bones.
Who needs
so.
Mr. Bones?
Oh, I have Vinny with the Vuvuzilla. No, that's quite all right. Thank you. Oh, look, and now I only got a 12. Thanks a lot, Vinny.
Yeah, I was supposed to be the other half of that 12.
6?
Yes.
An 8. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate you.
Wow, so strong start, and then not so hot finishes, huh? Although, I mean, 12 it's above 10. It's just, although 8's not above 10.
No, it is terrible.
All right, let's do You got a strong start. I mean, 13 gold is nothing to sneeze at.
No, definitely not. Right.
All right.
It's more about my reputation now than it is about the actual gold.
Yeah, no, you definitely get some side eyes from Joaquin Strazio, but did you tell him that you're going out for a while? Or
No,
going
I'm
to
gonna
do a
have
raid?
to. I'm gonna have to take care of all that stuff. So, yeah, I should probably tell him this is my last night for a little while. I don't know how much of my stuff I brought up, and how much I left in Windmill.
I mean, that's could be up to you, I suppose. I assume you have
Yeah.
all your traveling gear and everything.
Yeah, I would have all my traveling gear. I would have my. I would pretty much probably have most everything. But I guess I didn't bring my mule because I came back up with what's her face in the carriage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tara from the Duke's
Right.
office. Yeah, you guys do have the note that will get you each a horse from the royal stable, basically. So
Yeah.
Let's get some
Definitely gonna
horses.
Take that to effect. All right, so then I will go to Joaquin and I will tell him that I must be off for another adventure in the morrow.
Ah, my dear, perhaps that was where your head was the last song. But I wish you all the best, and there'll always be a spot for her when you return.
Oh, thank you so much. Please let me know what I owe you, and I will, of course, pay all my debts.
Oh. No. If you play here, you stay here. That's fine.
Why, thank you so much, Joaquin. I look forward to returning to to Wesleyville to stay at the. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I am, what I'm doing.
The Duchess. She
Duchess.
sort of gestures toward Dromm and Vinny and Serpent. Your friends, would they be going with you on your trip?
Yes, they are. We're actually heading out tomorrow, due east and a bit north. Eventually, I would like to get to Lucknow, to the great library up there, and so these kind folk have offered to come with me.
Very well. Well, it is a long journey, and you'll no doubt have to take care out there.
Yes.
So I would know Joaquin too, right? So I'm gonna have to do a little peace out as well.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Joaquin. Good seeing you.
Serpent, always a pleasure.
And if you see Ken around, please do send a note in any way or fashion.
Wait, have you talked to him before about that?
No, actually,
What,
I'm not.
What do you mean, Serpent?
Just we haven't seen him in a while, so we're just trying to keep a lookout for him.
Interesting.
He was on a boat, and we have not heard from him since. So just a little worried about my brother.
Ah, I will see what I can do.
Thank you.
All right. Serpent, Vinny, and Dromm, are you staying at Serpent's house, I assume?
We're gonna get the horses, right? Or is that?
Yeah, let's go get our horses.
You gonna get the horses tonight?
Why would we get the horses tonight?
I think it's a
Let's
little
just
late
get
to
the
go to
long
the.
rest and
Okay.
Yeah, the
All
royal
right.
stable is not
Okay,
gonna
but
be.
we need to make sure that we get there in the morning so that we get a good set of horses.
Okay, what if someone takes the
Not
good
just-
the night?
Yes,
Some night riders come in.
if they're all sold out of the good horses.
We get old nags.
Dromm knows a thing or two.
Does he?
about old nags.
I have -1 animal handling. I don't know anything.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we go to a long rest. Gosh, I keep dropping my phone. No good at all. All right. So DePaul dawns. A little overcast, a little drizzly. Not the best weather to start a long trip, but what are you going to do?
We have umbrellas.
You wouldn't have umbrellas. You'd have traveling cloaks. Yeah, is there? Are you guys doing any? Are you doing any research before going on this trip?
We know there's a bog. I'd say that's pretty extensive research.
We should make sure that the horses have raincoats.
Finally, something we agree on.
Horses have rainbows or raincoats? What'd you
Raincoats,
say?
yes.
Rain hoofs
Oh.
for traction.
Okay.
Hooves.
Oh, okay,
Rain
like
hooves.
snow tires.
Yes,
What's
basically.
a tire?
Good question. Good question.
I mean,
It's
used
that
to
thing
wagon
on the-
wheels.
it's-
I guess you're not used to
Yeah, the carriage. Yeah.
Square.
Didn't we take a cab?
Yeah,
Would- had
you've
wooden
taken
wheels.
a carriage around Wesleyville, I
We
think.
took a carriage. That's what.
Bog clothes?
I mean, could we make sure that we have a map? I mean, I think I have a map of Centralia from Windbell, from the bookstore.
Yes, although it is it is a
General.
map of the entire continent. So
Yeah, maybe I'll want to stop and pick up a map before we head out.
yeah, you vaguely remember seeing some shops that might have the wares of cartographers, as it were.
Yeah.
Sir Penn must know, certainly, the best cartographers, and
Oh, yes.
he has a shipping business.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
I think that Agnes might have actually bought paper and ink in Wesleyville.
Sounds like something that might have happened.
It was like a hunter green.
Oh,
It was
you
a
have
dark
done that,
emerald.
yeah.
It was like a dark emerald green ink.
That was a lifetime ago.
That was a very long time ago.
Different
and I
crowd.
can't remember if it was Wesleyville or if it was in Windbell, but I
I think
it was Wesleyville.
Yeah, because we were gonna go visit. Because we're getting the paper signed for the house.
Yes, and I wanted to make sure that we had the appropriate.
But that was just an ink and stationery store, not a map store.
But usually those would also be the places that would make maps or sell maps.
Oh, is that true? Windbell, I don't know, visitor center? Wesleyville Visitor Center worker, person? Never mind.
What? What?
Good one.
Okay. So you guys would like to go somewhere to get a map? Anything else?
Do we need a map? I feel like we know where we're going.
Agnes is
Hello.
going to get a map.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like a map. I know Wesleyville, but I haven't.
Should we
I don't
go
think
get maps?
Well, Vinny seems pretty sure, but
I don't need a map.
I guess it's
It
go against
Vinny-
him.
does seem pretty sure.
I'm gonna look at other people's maps.
Yeah.
All right. We need a map to the map store.
No, we could just ask Shady. I'm sure.
Sir
Shady
Penn would know. Sir Penn has bought. Sir Penn has bought things of that nature before.
Maybe we get Winthrop.
Oh yeah.
Usually someone handles that stuff for me.
Yes, sir.
Winthrop, can you get us some maps?
Some maps, sir. Maps to where?
We're going east.
East. I see. All
I-
right.
Should the maps have the bog on it? Are there multiple bogs? Should we get a bog map?
Probably like one bog.
Sir,
Well, we would need to have it for the area around the bog and towards Lucknow, so as not to draw suspicion about where we're actually going.
so that is to the bogs of. Are you going to the Bogs of Kerath-tor, sir?
We are.
That is
Winthrop.
quite the journey. It is almost
That's-
200 miles.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Will you be taking your horse, sir?
We will have horses. We have procured some from the Duke.
Hopefully good ones.
You won't be taking your own horse, sir.
I don't believe so.
I mean, 200 miles on your horse. The evaluation.
Yeah. Yes, I would. I forgot the name of my horses. I think.
Not a very smart
The
horse,
one that you
obviously.
talk to?
Yeah, I would tell him that it would be a very long journey for him. We're used to just going around Wesleyville, and a big journey like that,
It's your day
might take
horse.
us
More
there.
like pomp and circumstance horse versus travel horse.
Just use it to get the mail.
Exactly.
All right,
Challenge.
sir. That's fair. I shall see what I can procure for you.
Thank you.
All right, Winthrop is gonna go out and see what he can procure.
All right, I'll get some rations from.
You
I
guys
could probably get some rations from the Duchess.
I
They're
mean,
gonna charge you a lot.
yeah, they might have to charge you for that. That's like a little.
Well, no, but I'm saying like, if I don't know of any other like grocery stores.
Oh no, you guys have seen some markets.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to the Black Bull. I'll tell you that much.
They have good stuff.
How would you know, Vinny?
It's cheap. It's nutritious.
Yeah, the market that Agnes would be familiar with is called the Shop and Buy Market, run by Beatrice Burntackle. That's over in Church Street by where the monastery is.
Okay.
But there's other more local ones too. It's not like you have to go there. All right, let's see how good this quality of map is. Holy crap! Winthrop comes back after a while and he's like, "Sir, I think I hit the jackpot in the map department." And he gives you a very detailed map with distance, listings, and the first thing you notice is there are basically two main routes out of Wesleyville if you're going north. So the more well-traveled route is I'm just gonna knock you all over. The more well-traveled route, actually, you could either go fully overland, or you could take a boat up and then connect to this, go overland for a bit, and connect here and go north again. But basically, it goes into Torin. It avoids the northernmost area of the Reverska Mountains. Then it goes through the southern edge of Torin up to the large city of Thor, which is in the mountains of Torin, and then back down, usually by route of this river, and then all the way to the Central Sea. However, the route you guys are looking to take, you could take this river out to sort of the where some of the mines are, where the ore and some of the gems that make Wesleyville a desirable area is there, and then you would continue along the northern edge of the mountains to the Bogs of Kerath-tor, which on the map are marked as warnings. Basically, the map seems to make it seem that it's not the way you want to go.
Is it shorter though?
It's definitely shorter. So the if you're going to the Central Sea or to Lucknow or that area, it is not mountainous, and you're not going to be hiking through, basically getting, in the heart of winter, getting to Thor is nigh impossible. Basically, there's sort of the last, in the late fall is the last time you'd want to try to make that trip. However, the Bogs of Kerath-tor, of course, have their own challenges, but it is all flat land.
Vinny told me he wanted to go to Swabia.
Ooh.
Who told you that?
Vinny, I was kidding.
I want to go to Torin. I heard good things about it. But I also want gems from that mine.
Interesting. Yeah, Sir Penn would be familiar with that mine and the gem business.
So does the map say which is the faster route or the shortest?
To the
that's
bogs?
To the bogs.
Yeah.
So to Thor, let's see. So, I mean, So it's 250 miles from Wesleyville through Gosnell and Torrin to the Valley of Frost, leading to the base of Mount Tifar, and then basically up difficult terrain to the high valley between Mount Tifar and Mount Befor lies Thor. And that's the border city between Thorin and Lucknall. And then another 50 miles down gets you to the river Silmara. And then another 200 miles by boat gets you to Silent. The Bogs of Kerath-tor is only 500 miles of flat travel between Wesleyville and Silent, which is the capital of Lucknall. So you're going more miles over more rough terrain, but you're avoiding the Bogs of Kerath-tor. But it does show you the best way from Wesleyville to the Bogs, but it is still 186 miles. But 31 of those can be done by boat. And that's sort of like the farthest east you can go by boat, and that's where there's sort of the docks near the mines are.
Can we bring the horses on a boat?
Yeah, they have, because especially because the sort of the barges that go up the river to the mines, they go up empty and come back loaded. So you could definitely procure passage for yourselves on one of those barges.
Sweet.
All right.
All right.
And we need some horses.
All right, so we should go get the horses. Maybe on the way to get the horses, if we pass a grocer, I'll pick up. Or if we need to pick up the horses first and then the grocers. But want to make sure that we have quite a bit in terms of rations. The 186 miles, and that's just to get to the bog.
That's just to get to the Bogs.
Are there any places in between here and where we're going before we get to the bogs that we would also be able to restock?
According to the map, not really. You get
No.
the feeling that this is not, and this is a good map. This is a 20. This is a 20 on the die map.
Oh man.
But
Alright, we need good rations.
yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, there are towns and places, farms and stuff through Gosnald and Torrin, but not so much the way you'd be going.
Now, how far would we be able to get with the horses?
Yeah, so let's see. On foot, normal pace is 24 miles in an 8-hour thing. If you go more than 8 hours on foot, then you risk levels of exhaustion.
Right.
With horses, that does change the equation a bit.
Is there 40 feet per round or whatever?
Yeah, they would be 48 miles. So they basically would double the amount of miles you can go in 8 hours. And that's assuming normal terrain, which you will have up until the bogs at least. So yeah, so 48 miles a day. You're talking, probably 4 days till you get to the bogs.
Okay. We've traveled, I feel, 6 days to get up to Wesleyville from Windbell?
Yeah, it was I think it was 5, but yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay, so we have had situations where we've needed to have at least that amount of rations, but we will need more. Because we'll
Correct.
also have to be able to return.
And if you want to go further than the bog, that's just the edge
Right.
of the bogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, what rations for a day would be, say, 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
Let's get our horses first, and then we can just load up the rations at the market and then head out.
That makes sense. All right, so you guys go to the royal stables and show your sealed and stamped missive from the Duke, and you procure yourself some horses.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
My horse is the brown one.
Yeah.
Mine has the gray saddle.
They all have a gray saddle.
Those are all jokers. Bunch of funny, funny people. Look, when you buy horses in bulk off the internet, you don't get much variation.
Alright, I'm naming my horse Hee Haw.
Alright. Yeehaw. You guys want to name all your horses? They probably won't respond to them, but you could.
Oh, my horse is Larry, I think, right? Back home.
That sounds familiar. And
Larry.
you're not going to take Larry.
No.
This one's Curly.
This is Curly. I like.
We have a third horse coming at some point.
No.
It's not going on here.
Mo horses, mo money.
And I can talk to my horse.
I mean, you could. Yeah. What do you have talk to animals, right?
Yeah, but usually there's not much they can tell me.
Want some hay?
Well, horses are going to be more intelligent. I mean, you talked to like cats and dogs before.
No, we talked to the horse. He couldn't even tell us where Ken went.
That's because he didn't know.
He was like,
Oh, he
Ken?
knew.
Oh, where's Ken?
The horse, he knew.
Oh my goodness.
I would like to name my horse Hearse.
Hearse?
Oh boy, that's
Like-
dark omen.
Yeah.
Well, it carries death.
Nice.
Wow.
Damn.
All right.
That's impressive.
Dromm.
All right, you
Dromm
get
the
inspiration
Deathly.
for that drum if you don't already have it.
Also, I want a horse named Hearse.
Vinny, are you going with Hee Haw, Vinny?
Hee haw. Yep.
All right. What about you, Serpent?
I like Curly.
You're going with Curly.
Distant cousin to Larry. And Agnes?
I'm gonna go with Brandy.
Well, that's great, but what's the name of your horse?
Brandy.
Oh, I thought you were.
Hey, funny enough, the guy that put our water heater in today, his name was Brandy.
First
Dude.
name or last
A
name?
guy named Brandon.
First name?
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
All
Short
right.
for, I guess his name is Brandon.
Maybe.
Could be.
All right. So, how many days worth of rations or rations would you all like to get?
I'm gonna get 10.
So we're not going to be able to buy
10
anything
days.
out
So
there,
that's
huh?
50 silver. So
We
that's
get
5 gold.
5
We get
gold.
stuff.
So, if
Alright.
you, so each
We got
of you take 5 gold out, and you'll get your 10 days of rations.
Oh boy. Okay. Man, I think I have a bow and arrow, so we can shoot stuff.
I mean, you could get less if you want.
Oh no, I'm fine with 10. I don't want to hunt anything that's.
I mean, and
It's a lot of work.
if things get pretty bad, we probably could ration the rations.
Could ration the rations.
All right,
You
so
sure
5
could
gold.
Ration your rations.
Because those rations are supposed to be 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or
Correct.
second breakfast.
Yeah, no second breakfast included. Second breakfast.
Second breakfast.
Whatever 11s.
Supper, noon, tea.
don't think he knows about those.
Potatoes.
Dromm is relatively new to the world and started, his period of consciousness with 10 rations.
Oh.
Got it.
Can I get 10 more?
Sure.
He just devoured 8. He just devoured all 10.
Well, you're also enormous. You probably need more calories than the rest of us.
Yeah, your rations are like 50 gold each. Unless we get some bones. I'm sure the bones are cheaper.
Yeah. I have inexpensive taste in food.
But you could like eat tree bark and stuff.
It's quantity, not quality.
Okay, well for Dromm, can he like eat stuff on the way that he finds?
I have 20 rations.
Okay.
Nice. You are set. Alright, so if we run out, we can eat Drom's rations.
All right, are you guys going to try to do the barge for the first 31 miles?
I think that would probably be a good idea. I mean, how many would we be able to do? Obviously, all 30 miles in one day, right? Or would it be...
Yeah, you could do that in one day on a barge, yeah.
Okay. And that way we don't have to work the horses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so you take a barge east. How much would that cost? I don't know. Call that for 4 of you and horses. Call it like 15 silver.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna be dirt poor by the time we get there. Get back. Be destitute. Gonna stop halfway and have to beg in the bog of eternal stench.
So the day is relatively uneventful. It's actually quite nice, honestly. You're on the barge. The horses are they're not super happy about being on this thing on the middle of the water, but they're not, they're well trained. And you give them some apples or something. Oh yeah, you should probably have to pay something for your horses too. Maybe they'll just eat grass. I don't know.
Yeah, they need bog grass.
It's the even despite the haze and the light drizzle, it's a fairly pleasant day. There is some tarps that are on the barge, so if you wanted to stay out of the weather, you could. It's as far as a major journey, it's not the worst day, not the best day. And they let you off. Is this where you'll be getting off? Same place as the mine.
Yes, this, I believe, is going to be our drop-off point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Well, pleasure serving you today.
Thank you!
Yeah. See ya.
All right. You guys are
On a boat.
Boy, that's it.
now you're off the boat, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And you could still, let's see, I guess you'd have to get all this stuff. It's probably you could probably go maybe like another couple miles before the sun goes down.
Oh boy.
Might as well.
All right. There is a trail of sorts that continues to run east-northeast. And so you stick to that for as long as you can. You see some other trails sort of going up into the foothills of the Averska Mountains, which are now to your south. Being overcast, you don't see that far. There's, the rain is still lightly falling. But you do get the sense of scale of the mountains off to your right, and they're sort of large and like imposing. You get the feeling that these trails are maybe paths into like other areas that maybe they've mined in the past, or maybe didn't prove as fruitful as they would have, and they never sort of turned into major mines or trails. But you stick to the main one for at least 3 or so miles, and then the sun is going down. What would you like to do?
I guess we should probably look for a place to camp, a place that has, I don't know, not on the path directly, but not necessarily in a place that could be considered shady. I mean, I've got my Lehman's tiny hut, so I can certainly
Can we all fit in
spend
there?
10
Any
minutes,
lodges?
10 minutes and another minute to cast it. I think we can all fit. I'm not sure about Dromm, though.
Oh, we can fit.
Dromm, what size are you? You're
8 feet. Just a little under.
Dromm can fit.
Okay. All right. So then we can all get in there. The horses actually could be in there too, because
Wait,
they're.
How many feet is this thing?
Wow. Do we
It
want
can.
to sleep with
I
those
think
horses?
it can hold up to like 9 creatures.
But how big is it physically?
Hold on. I'll tell you in a moment.
Oh boy.
I think it's like a 10-foot radius.
10-foot radius?
I think. So. Let me double check. Lehman's tiny hut. Where's my teeny hut?
So this is 10-foot radius.
It's a 10-foot. It doesn't say if it's radius or diameter. Just says range /area, self 10 feet.
What?
So 10 foot sphere,
It
but
shows a sphere.
Shame on you,
Like,
D&D.
probably diameter. It's hard to. I don't know.
oh, a 10-foot radius. It says a 10-foot radius,
Ah.
immobile dome of force.
Okay.
9 creatures of
Okay.
medium size or smaller can fit in the dome with you.
Look at us.
Okay.
There would be 8 of us, right? 4 people and 4 horses.
Yeah,
What-
that is true.
And
What is size? What
be
is the size of a
larger.
horse?
What is the size of a horse? That's true.
I think a horse is a medium creature.
Do we have to put hay in there?
I mean, you guys probably, while you're eating dinner, you sort of stake the horses or tie them to a nearby tree or something.
Down one
A
ration.
horse is a large-sized creature.
Oh, okay. So
Uh-oh.
then they would not be.
Yeah. So you could just tie them up outside the hut. They seem calm. They seem perfectly happy.
Alright, good luck, hee-haw.
And yeah.
I mean, we could still have a watch anyway. Like I can keep the hut as transparent so that we can. Actually, I think that we could see out of it anyway.
Correct.
Are we doing that? We doing a watch?
Up to you.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
Alright. I'll take first watch.
2 hours apiece.
Sure.
All right, I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
All right. You guys curl up in the relative warmth and dryness of Liamon's tiny hut. Because you can make it any temperature you want, I think, right?
Yep.
Comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather. So good. So good. All right. Sorry, who's taking the
away
first
from
turn?
home.
Watch.
Did we decide?
Yeah. Vinny is 1.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I'll
2.
go first.
I think Sir Pen is 3, and Dromm last.
Unless it's morning.
All right. Yeah, the first night on your adventure, right around midnight or so, you estimate the rain sort of lets off, and some of the stars come out. And you hear normal nature noises. At one point, there's a snuffling of maybe something larger, maybe a boar, something like that. But the night passes uneventfully.
Snuffle, snuffle.
Could have eaten that boar.
And the dawn dawns bright and clear. Whatever weather was in the area has moved out. The sky is blue, and it's a beautiful day for a walk or a horse ride, as the case may be. All right. So you guys would have covered. 31 changes. Call it 34 miles. Bless you.
Thank you.
Gesund. And we have 1 fewer ration.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right. So this is Desal.
We should probably turn back and get more rations.
Do. And you're gonna just continue along. You have breakfast, and yeah, if you want to stop or do anything, just let me know. But and I guess how are you traveling?
I think at a regular pace. I don't know if we're any.
Are you
I don't think we
looking
need
for
to be
something?
rushing
Are you stealthy? Are you?
Oh,
you doing?
I would like to be.
Like sightseeing speed.
Well, I think I would like to. I have a pretty high passive perception, so I'm probably going to be like lookout point.
What is your passive perception after leveling up?
It's still 17.
Okay.
I'm going to hum.
Or my proficiency hasn't increased yet.
Is that the highest passive perception amongst you?
Yeah. What did you say, Dromm?
I'm going to hum.
Oh, he's humming.
Yeah, no, as you guys get the horses ready, get your stuff packed up again and start off, Drum starts humming. What does it sound
Drum
like?
hums on hers.
What's that?
Drum hums on hers.
Is it something that's slightly repetitive that Agnes would be able to pick up on it and play something with her tin whistle?
It's certainly repetitive.
Is it like really annoying repetitive?
Not intentionally.
Okay. So I think that essentially Agnes is going to consider it like the droning of a bagpipe and be like, I'll just put a tin whistle on top of it. And so I'll just play my tin whistle.
To Drom's droning hum.
I will also
drums.
chime in.
Super stealthy.
Add a little background.
Sir Penn, are you going to partake in this impromptu musical show?
You know what?
Or are you going to ride further ahead?
I'm trying to remember Paladins from when I read if they're musical or into that stuff.
I mean, it's up to you. Do you have a musical?
Yeah, sure. I'll add a tune.
All right. Are you singing?
Yeah,
be a singer.
I'll sing.
All right.
Well, I can't sing if I'm playing the tin whistle, but you know.
Well, Agnes is the performer. Do you sing or you just dance? You sing, right?
I do sing, but I mostly play an instrument, whether that's the lute, and then if I'm playing the lute, I can also sing, or if I'm playing the tin whistle or the bagpipes, it's pretty much just that.
All right. What type of song are you singing, Sir Penn?
A ballad to... We're off to go to the bogs, the wonderful bogs of...
Oh, okay.
That sounds good.
A little impromptu ballad about the bogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. In such merry or at least unique fashion, you while away the day. Let's see. About midday, right when you're thinking that it would be a good place to maybe stop and have lunch, Agnes, you see a disturbance of the sort of the trail on the right side.
Like it's been flattened down?
Yeah, I mean, with the rain of yesterday, the trail has been fairly muddy. Even though today is a beautiful day, it's still been fairly muddy. But at this point, yeah, there's sort of like a group has moved off the trail at this point.
Okay, so I am going to slow my horse down.
Yep.
I'm going to let my my companions know what I am looking at, and I might dismount my horse to take a closer look and do an investigation check.
Uh-oh, what do you see?
Well, let me tell you what I roll first.
Oh.
How do you describe it before you roll? Is there?
Oh, well, I get off my horse and I start looking at the area to the right side of the path. That looks like it is, I guess, trampled or disturbed, and I rolled a 13.
Actually, so that was investigation?
Yeah.
What is you could do nature or survival if that would be preferable.
I mean, it would be the same modifier for nature.
Okay. Is survival higher? It probably should be.
No, survival for me is +2 instead of
All right, so
+2.
investigation of 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you're sort of investigating the ground there, you can tell that there was a probably a group on horses. You're not quite sure how many, but they definitely branched off from the main trail here and sort of set off in a more due east manner.
I'm going to, I guess, try out my new spell, Speak with Plants.
All right, awesome. In the immediate area, there's sort of again. So this you're sort of just on the edges of the foothills. It's mainly like there are some trees, but it's mainly sort of tall grasses, some scrub bushes, and in this particular area, some reeds and some stuff has been sort of trampled. So what are you going? Are you going to speak to a tree, or the scrub grass, or maybe a bush?
I think that it would probably be good to speak to the reeds or whatever kind of plants were close to being trampled, but not necessarily the ones that are trampled.
Okay.
So,
All right. This is good. Let me.
well, it says that I imbue plants within 30 feet of me with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. So that means I could talk to all of them in the area?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. All right. Yeah. You. And you're. This is sort of a 10-minute spell. And in the end of it, you guys are sort of. Did you tell your cohorts what you're doing before you sat down for 10 minutes?
No, they just see me making these verbal and S is the gestures, right?
Okay.
So they see me like doing like some kind of weird like quiet chant and moving my hands in a particular way, making it look like something that's like, I don't know.
All right. I whisper to the others, she's losing it. We need to divvy up her rations.
I look over my shoulder and I'm like, it's a good thing this isn't a concentration spell.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
I'm gonna speak with the plants, Vinny.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here's a plant you're speaking with. Yeah. No. As you finish, you guys watching, you sort of notice a distinct sort of ripple in the grass as they all sort of turn toward Agnes. One of the bushes, you see, so there's some tiny little blue flowers in the bush, and they sort of like turn toward her. And you could swear, you're not 100% sure, but you could swear that one of the trees sort of dips a little toward her.
Oh, this is freaky.
And
Yeah.
Agnes, you get
Great.
the feeling that they are listening to you.
So I ask my my new friends, what has transpired here of late that has trampled your brethren?
Many large beasts like yours.
Oh, are we standing on them?
No, you're on your horse.
We're on the path.
Yeah, there's. And then the you can sort of hear the tree is like, yes, many people pass by.
Where was the sun when this happened?
Going down.
So this happened yesterday?
Last cycle.
Last cycle. Okay. All right.
They squished our friends, but they'll pop back up, right?
Well, it looks like their stems are still intact.
You sort of hear like some of the ones like in the mud, like.
Oh, it's a good thing you need some water.
The bush with blue flowers. Actually, give me a persuasion check. Yeah, persuasion.
Persuasion.
You want some information from them. That information.
Oh yeah,
That
this is what
information
I upped.
was given freely.
23.
Yeah, give it up,
23.
Coach.
23. Okay. The bush with the blue flowers. It sort of pipes in and it's like, there was one before the many. Racing quickly.
Racing quickly. Ah, so we have a chase. Could you tell if they were dressed similarly, common colors, or a uniform look?
The one was different than the many. The many had strange dressings, strange tales.
Strange tales. Both the beast that was were 4 legs and the beast riding the 4-legged ones
All had tails.
all had tails. Were the beast riding fuzzy or smooth skinned?
Smooth? Smooth.
Smooth, but not hairy, not fuzzy. Okay.
So were they the lizard guys?
Yeah, I'm thinking they were lizard guys
Chasing one guy?
chasing one guy.
Boggy Baggins.
I mean, would I be able to describe Skulldrake well enough?
To what end? What would you like to?
Like, does Skulldrake wear, like, clothing of a certain type? I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could describe him the way you've seen him. Yeah, he sort of had like more black and green armor, but it was like nice leather armor, not like it had seen. It was like it had not seen battle, right? It was like dress armor basically, but it was a black and green motif.
All right. Well, I mean, I would, I guess, try to describe and ask the plants if that description sounded like the first person that came through.
Okay. Yeah, just give me give me just a straight charisma check.
Straight charisma.
Yeah, you could add your charisma.
Aw, only 11.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you describe him to the best of your ability, and what are you asking? If that was the one?
If that was the one that was ahead of the rest and different.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know if I need anything more from these lovely plants. I mean, I've got 10 minutes to communicate with them and ask them things, and I mean, I could suggest that if we're going to pass through, that they could maybe try to go back into the ground a little bit so that we don't hurt them like the other people did.
We're already kind of crushed. Just if you're going that way, just go that way.
Oh, that's so sad.
Thank you.
I hope
we
that
go.
the water from last night's rain was helpful to all of you.
You're like,
Goodbye, my friends.
bye, boy, bye. All right.
I was assuming that Agnes was relaying the information as.
Oh no, I'm going to relay the information now. All right, so everything that you heard me saying out loud, the plants were giving me information.
Ooh.
So it seems as though there was a chase here last night before the sun went down. And the one who was being chased did not seem to be Skulldrake, but the ones who were doing the chasing might have been lizard folk. Is this something we want to pursue? Is this in a direction that is
Yes.
similar to where we're going to be going, or should we stay on the path and just stick to the Skulldrake story?
These lizard clowns might have answers to some of our questions.
Because they might be working with Skulldrake, so.
Serpent? No, here, Dromm.
You're coming out in 3D. Surround sound.
Sorry, guys.
He's talking with the lizard people.
Oh, traitor. No, he's talking about this horse.
Oh, he does talk to his horse. That's true.
Oh, early in the morning.
That is horse.
It's horse
We-
winged.
It did sound like a horse.
Can we tell on your map how divergent of a direction we would be taking if we followed these trails?
Yeah, no. So this trail that you're on would be on the map. Would be on your map. Now the bogs themselves, it's not like, you know, there's a depth to them. This trail does go into the bogs, but it also has a part that breaks off and goes up into Torin. So where this trail would go into the bogs would be a different place than where this sort of new direction. It would be more due east if you followed this break off in the path versus more of a northeast.
So it would be closer to the mountains.
You'd stay closer to the mountains longer, yes.
I mean, as long as we're ultimately getting to the bog area, I don't know if it would be a problem.
I
But
do
it
like
might
the
be
mountains.
Harder terrain. What was that, Dromm?
I do like the mountains.
So let's see what's going on here.
Yeah. Get some answers from these lizard folks. Just clowns.
All right. Who has the best survival check to sort of lead and track?
I have a +3 on survival.
Pretty good.
I have
Vinny
plus
has
two.
a negative.
I have a -1.
So not Vinny.
Why
I
am
have
I out here?
+2.
Yeah, I mean, Dromm, this is the Everska Mountains are where you grew up, right? And even though this is further north than you're used to going, you feel like you could probably do a fair job. And so, with Dromm in the lead, give me a survival check for the first part of this journey.
Sure. And just to mention, my background is as a outlander
Oh,
with a wanderer
You're in
feature,
your element.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're holding you back.
which is why I rolled a stout 7.
Hey, it's early in the morning, right?
Yeah, I'll roll better in the afternoon.
Yeah. You guys, you follow Dromm, and
I know the way.
he knows the way
Gets so
until
confident.
he doesn't, and then you need to backtrack a little and pick it up again. And this happens a couple times in the first couple hours. So you're not making the best pace that you could, but you do feel confident you're staying on the trail of these two groups, the one and the many, as it were.
I
Dromm,
have
give
an
me-
excellent memory for maps and geography, and I always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around me.
Okay.
Optimist.
All right. So where you do lose the trail, you get back to that and you pick it up again.
Very good.
All right. Give me another roll for the next couple hours.
Well, sweet. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you've sort of gotten a feel for some of the signs of this group that you maybe missed before, gotten you a little off track. And by the way, Serpent, Agnes, and Vinny, you guys were like, "Oh, is this a good plan?" But now, the second half. So you guys finally found where it broke off. Maybe, yeah, just when you were starting to think about lunch, and then for the next couple hours, it was a little hit or miss. But for the next 2 hours after that, sort of the the 2 to 4 range. Dromm is like on it, and you are making your normal pace, if not a little better.
And
following this jump.
I'm guessing that the terrain is still pretty easy to move through.
Exactly. Yeah. No, this is definitely normal terrain. And so let's see. So you probably did 24 miles in the morning, and then you were held up a little. So around 4 p.m. or so, you've probably gone. Call it, I don't know. Call it 30, 40, 42. Call it 42 mile. No, not even that far. Call it 40 miles. And as you actually give me one more roll, Dromm.
14.
14. Okay. Around 6 p.m., Dromm, you notice that the path has turned toward the mountains. And at this place, the foothills are... There's not that much space between the foothills and the mountains themselves. You're probably only 400, 500 feet from a fairly sizable incline at this point. And gazing that direction, the sun is getting fairly low in the sky. It's like golden hour. The cliffs are sort of bathed in the warm light, and they're there. They're pretty close.
Oh,
You guys see what I'm seeing?
can I see them with my elf eyes?
What are you looking for? You don't have. Wait, what? What are you looking for?
The mountains.
You're looking for people.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. Anyone who wants to look at the mountains, give me a perception check.
Sure.
13.
24.
24.
7.
18.
All right. Dromm and Agnes, you guys notice there are a few darker spots on the cliffs where maybe you wouldn't expect them to be given the light. It's more than just shadow. It looks like there may be some caves.
Agnes, do you?
But
You see
you don't
what I
see
see?
any movement.
Are you talking about those possible caves up there?
I sure am.
How far do you think they would be from here?
Oh,
No farther than half a mile or so.
no farther than half a mile or so.
Should we check them out? Or do you think it'll
Yeah.
get too dark? I mean, I have dark vision, so not necessarily a problem for me. I think Vinny, you have dark vision, right?
Might be a good place to camp. Or it might be
I-
a place.
Yeah, no, I don't need to camp in a cave if I've got Lehman's tiny hut.
You can put your hut in the cave.
Why?
Why not?
I'm more concerned about the horses.
Be fine.
I can continually cast dancing lights.
Do you not have dark vision?
I do not have dark. Well, it would say, right? I don't have dark vision.
Would that be in the cantrips or is it dark?
Where would that say? That's a racial thing?
Yeah, it's a racial trait.
Oh yeah, features and trait. Here we go.
Yeah, it'd probably be on the. It'd also be
I
on
think
the.
I think I do
Features and
have dark
traits.
vision. I can breathe air and water. I do have dark vision, up to 60 feet.
Yeah, so if you look
Alright.
under your features and traits, it's near the
Yeah,
bottom.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's my racial traits.
Okay. Oh, Sir Penn, are you an elf? You're
No.
It's a triton.
Oh,
Triton.
right. That's right. Then Dromm is a Goliath.
I figured that a Goliath would have dark vision.
You know, that's racist.
I mean, I don't know Goliath background, so I guess you don't.
I don't. I did grow up in the mountains, So, that being in mountainous areas, being cold, is comfortable for me. But we didn't spend much time in caves or anything where, I guess, our eyes would get accustomed to the dark.
So I do have a hooded lantern in my my backpack.
Ooh.
Which, Dromm, you're more than welcome to hang on to if you want.
Yeah.
A hooded lantern.
Yeah, so you could hold it up for some light, and then when you need to cover it, you could just put the little hood on top of it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
that sounds good.
I use it for, taking night walks around expensive places.
I have a friend who would just cast light on weird things.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Like a rope of sausage, which we would have to wear around our necks.
Now that we've been talking, how close are we to sunset?
At this time of year, you're probably pretty close. Half an hour, 45 minutes, you think, max?
So, from there and then dusk is probably another 30 minutes,
Yeah.
something like that after that. So we could just about make it up there and back to camp.
Assuming nothing happens.
Yeah. Or we camp here and go in the morning.
Catch him by surprise if we go at night.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Let's do it.
Let's do it!
All right. How are you proceeding?
What do you guys think? Should we proceed on foot?
Probably. I don't think the horses would be able to. Well, they might be able to climb it up. It's only just the foothills, right?
I will
They
say
can get
this.
you to the base of the cliff if you want. Yeah.
Since you guys last saw me, I have gotten much sneakier. Like I've been practicing in my room by myself, so I'm very, very sneaky now. So if I can poke in some of these caves, I'm fairly confident I can go in and out without much problem. To see, if we're suspicious of any of the caves, we want to take a closer look.
I could also turn you invisible too, which would make it even harder for you to be detected.
Then I wouldn't even see myself, and then
You would just have to worry about sound
I get scared.
and smell.
Well, part of me being stealthy is not making noise, so
Well, right, but that's why you'd still have to do a stealth check.
yeah. I'm just saying, if we need some cave probes, I can help out in case anyone's scared.
Sounds good.
But as to getting to the caves, we could just trot over there.
So what's the plan?
We go with the horses to the foot of the mountains, tie them up there, and then walk to the caves from there.
I mean, should we have someone stay with the horses?
We can appoint one of the horses head horse.
And I guess they'd let us know if something was happening.
I could talk to the horse and tell him.
That's
Tell their
true.
horse.
Like I could talk to Curly.
Is Curly a good head horse? You gotten a good feel for which is the dominant horse?
Well, Dromm's horse is probably the strongest horse.
Because it has to carry drum.
Basically, or he might be very tired.
I was
So,
going to say.
yeah.
Most tired horse.
Like legs are buckling underneath him.
Dromm's carrying the horse.
Oh, well, they're kind of far. Is it windy out?
No, it's not windy out.
Okay, maybe the wind will cover any neighing that they, all that wind that's out.
I just said it's not windy.
Yeah, I got nothing. All right, maybe we should park the horses further away.
Up to you guys. What do you wanna
Do you want me to stay with the horses? I mean, if we lose the horses, we'll not be in a great spot.
Right. So does Drum want to stay with the horses, and then Drum, you can message us
Yeah.
if
Yes.
something happens,
Yes.
and then
If something happens to you, just scream.
great.
Okay. This is a good plan.
All right, so Drum is gonna stay with the horses.
And I will tie up the horses so that if I do need to run,
Can I leave an unseen servant and spend 10 minutes making an unseen servant that can help with the horses?
Sure, if you want to.
All right. So I let Dromm know that there is going to be an unseen servant that will help lead the horses wherever he brings them. So I'll make my unseen servant, I guess, take Brandy and Hee-Haw by the reins, like walking them, I guess, or riding one and walking with the reins, or leading the other if necessary. And that's an hour, right?
I think so.
Servant.
Oh yeah.
So I'll let Dromm know that that's an hour, and hopefully we'll be back by the hour. If not, then he will have to make sure that the horses are, I guess,
Alright.
tethered together.
All right. Shall we approach the caves?
All right. Does anyone need? I think I could do invisibility. So.
Oh, I mean, we might just want to walk in front of them and see if we hear anything.
Well, do you want to walk first?
Just walk near them. All right. So I guess I'm going to stealth up to the closest cave opening and see if I see or hear anything.
Okay, you're gonna stealth up to the closest cave. Okay, so the caves are, so you guys are basically gonna go sort of up between some hills, but then you get to a cliff face, and there's the caves are sort of in that sheer part of the cliff face. So are Agnes and Sir Pen gonna stay on the flatter ground, and Vinny's gonna make his way up to the cave?
Yeah, I'll climb up. Those guys are within earshot and eyeshot.
All right, give me a stealth check, Vinny.
Can do. Oh my god. I rolled a nat 1. 11. Unbelievable.
With a 1, you get 11. You have a plus 10.
Yes.
Wow.
I have a plus 10 to my persuasion.
All right. All right. Vinny, you sneak up to the edge of one of the caves.
Yeah, I forgot there's tin cans tied to my feet.
Let's say there's caves A, B, and C. Actually, yeah. Which one are you gonna go to?
C.
All right. You sneak up to this cave. As you're sneaking, you sort of misjudge the incline for a moment and scramble a little bit and get your footing, get a hand down on the ground because it's a little bit steeper than you thought it would be, and some rocks go down the thing.
All right, when that happens, I turn around and look at the other guys and I go.
Fair enough.
And I'm like, what the hell?
But you get up to the edge. Give me a perception check.
I only promise good stealth skills. 14.
You hear muffled voices from inside this cave. They sound almost as if they sound like you get an uneasy feeling. You get a feeling that they are sort of evilly gleeful. And they sound like they're coming toward you.
Oh boy. All right. All right. So
What languages do you speak?
A lot. I can do Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Orc, and Thieves' Cant.
You do not understand this language, but you get from the tone. It's like someone who's been torturing a wounded animal. You get the idea that they are
Oh, a future psychopath.
All right,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I find some rocks to hide behind.
Okay.
But before I do that, I look at Agnes and Sir Pen, and I go,
2 words. Sounds like
and I go,
yelling, driving, flapping
You
wings.
gotta
Muffled-
tilt your camera down or
muffled
something.
voices.
We can't see your hand movements.
oh,
I know.
Okay, I just I point at the cave, and I'm like,
All right. Pen, does that looks like it's good to go up,
but I do this.
but we should be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yes. I don't know what you can see from me. Maybe you just see me doing the chicken dance or something.
All right. Well, just to be safe, I'm gonna cast invisibility.
On who?
I don't have that.
I know. So I will cast it on. I believe I could do both of us.
You didn't cast it on Vinny, did you?
No. I was going to, but he's like, no, I'm good enough at stealth.
Yep,
Yeah.
Totally fine.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you could target 1 additional creature for each slot above level 2. So if I use a 3rd level spell slot, I can make 2 people invisible.
All right.
So that's what I will do. Casting 3rd level invisibility.
Okay.
On me and Serpen.
All right, and Vinny, you hid. Can you give me a stealth? Stealth check for the hiding.
You got it. There we go. All right, 25.
All right. And Agnes and Serpen are invisible and going toward Vinny.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is what happens. Actually, Serpen and Agnes both give me stealth checks, please.
22.
12.
Okay. You guys sort of move up this embankment. It gets a little steeper, but there's still like you can still walk upright, but it's like a little. You're watching your footing. Meanwhile, Vinny, you're crouched between these 2 rocks. You feel like you're really well hidden. Your cloak's up. You're like right in there, but you can still see the entrance of the cave. The voices that you hear are getting closer. Agnes and Serpen are getting closer. Vinny, you see 2 roughly humanoid shapes, cloaked, come out, and one kicks a lump that you hadn't noticed by another clump of rocks, and that lump sort of and it's a third that was basically sleeping on the job of being the sentry.
Oh.
And was like no more than 8 feet from you when you hid. And now the 3 of them are engaged in this conversation, which, by the way, Agnes and Serpen, you sort of hear and you just freeze, invisible on the edge. And after a while, the one that was sleeping and one of the 2 go back into the cave, and the third sort of hunkers down and stays near that rock. What would you all like to do? You were not discovered. It was amazing.
Alright,
Invisibility
so-
definitely helped.
Agnes and Serpen see that all that happened, right?
You guys see that? You're probably 20 feet from that. Vinny, you're about 8 feet from where this guy is now. Craft. You get the feeling this was the changing of a sentry.
Changing of a sentry?
Yeah, the sort of the rotation of lookout.
Yeah.
But now you're all you're all very close to each other. 2 of you are invisible. One is really well hidden, but this guy's more alert than the last guy, obviously.
Okay, it's a humanoid, right?
It's a humanoid, but you do get the feeling that these are maybe the same folks who accosted Serpan way back in your first session.
No sweat.
Same similar folks. Obviously not the exact same because you killed them.
All right. The image of urgently needing Dromm flashes before my eyes. But okay, so the guy can't see.
In fairness, I was about to say I messaged Vinny.
How far does your message go?
120 feet?
Oh, that's good.
Probably not far enough.
Yeah, I don't think that's far enough because yeah.
So I get nothing back.
Can I use my detect evil and good spell?
Sure. You can do anything you want. Does it have verbal components?
Concentration up to 10 minutes. Wait.
What does it say? A VS or a
VS? Yes, VS.
So that's verbal and Semitic. So you would need to speak out loud to cast that.
Oh, and then they would hear me.
It would be a check.
I mean, I was thinking about doing dissonant whispers, which is supposed to kind of give them psychic damage. Like, they just hear this whisper out of the blue, like, what the hell is that?
Are you attacking him?
Well, that's what I was thinking about doing.
Well, so I wanted to see, am I in sight if I move by that guy?
If you move, yeah, you could try to move stealthily, but he's like 8 feet from you.
Okay, because I wanted to see if I could. I can't see where Agnes and Serpen are, but I wanted to be like.
No, they're invisible now.
Yeah, but just.
You want to do a motion that they could see, but this guy couldn't?
Yeah. If I had a vague idea where they were.
Yeah, you could do that.
All right.
It would be a lower DC for him to notice.
All right, so I just wanted to be like, don't do anything yet.
Sure.
And then
so what motion are you doing?
Just a real like just hold my
Stand
palm
back.
up like a stop. Like
Okay.
don't do
All right.
anything.
Give me a stealth check for doing that motion.
Okay. Or how about sleight of hand, because it's my hand and it's slightly moving. It doesn't matter. It's the same number. Okay. 28.
Yeah, you're fairly confident that you're not confident that they saw you, but you're confident that guy didn't see you.
Okay. All right. So I don't know. We're kind of in the moment here, and I'm not sure what you guys are planning, and I don't know if we can talk to Dromm. So I'm just going to cast Charm Person on this lizard.
Okay. What is that? It's a Constitution or a Wisdom?
It is. You attempt to charm a humanoid. It must make a Wisdom saving throw.
All right.
And does so with advantage if we're fighting it. Oh, so no advantage for it.
Okay, it gets a 13.
Let's see. Where's the number? Oh, so that's the number. So if it equals the number, did it?
It saves.
Is that good or bad?
It's bad for you.
Okay,
Wait,
all
hold
right.
on, let me think about this. So if I'm the one rolling the dice, yeah, it's it ties. Yes. So he knows that you attempted to charm.
Uh-oh.
Is that what happens?
What
What does it say when it fails?
Just that if it fails the saving throw. Wait. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you. That's if it fails it.
Right. Sorry. What does it
Just-
say if it doesn't fail it?
Yeah, I don't see where it says that.
All right. Let me just make sure I'm fully correct.
It's assuming success all the time because it doesn't say anything about. Yeah. Bring my red. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, it really doesn't say anything about that, huh?
Mm-mm. So maybe nothing happens.
I don't think that's true. Well, it says when the spell ends for any reason.
Ooh, D&D Beyond says when the spell ends.
So your charm
Yeah,
was not.
the easiest way,
failed.
yeah. Ties go to the
Yeah.
defender, so yeah. Alright. Let's see here. Charm person fails. Do they know?
Nah.
Let's see if there's an official ruling. If not, I'll roll the dice.
Didn't think a lizard be so wise.
Interesting. Of course, it is.
It's a hot debate.
It is. It's, well, yeah, I mean, semi-hot. Most of the debate at the top is whether this is a duplicate question or not.
Oh.
Thanks, Internet. Unless the description states the target is aware of the spell, it is not automatically aware by default. Yeah, I guess.
I thought it was only after the spell ended that they
Right,
knew.
but if it failed,
Yeah, I think it
tried
just.
to pass it on,
I think
and
it just
failed.
fails, and so they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
What was that? Must have been the wind.
Now, did that spell? Does Charm Person have a verbal component?
Oh yes, it does.
Give me a stealth check for you mumbling under your breath to see if.
I whispered it.
Yeah, fair enough. But
Okay, 24.
okay, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you get the feeling that it didn't work,
All right.
but they're still unaware of you.
Well, so that's good.
So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Agnes and Sir Pen, what are you guys doing? You saw the hand motion.
I mean, he told us to stand down, so I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. I'm following Agnes's
All right.
suggestion.
Follow back to.
I mean, what I might do is use a minor illusion. How far away am I from this guy?
20 feet.
20 feet. So this should work. It's 30 feet.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do a minor illusion of what sounds like maybe a rock falling down, but have it coming from a spot that is behind him and opposite of us.
Okay. All right. You see him sort of like perks and he looks up and he looks over there. He's like, he's definitely looking away from all of you right now.
All right, I think I might try to back up and move to a place that is definitely out of his sight.
Okay. All right. Sir Pen?
And I'm going to, I guess, because Sir Pen should be right by me, right? So I should be able to like touch him and let him know what direction I'm heading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
Sir Pen, you feel Agnes touch you. Are you like leading him or?
Yeah. You're gonna kind of like yank.
I'm not touching you in a yanking way, no.
Oh,
No.
All right.
I
Hand
think
on
I'm
the
just-
arm. Leads
I think
him.
I just maybe like pat you on the shoulder, like tap you on the shoulder, the direction that I'm going.
Like push, because I can't see you.
Right.
Okay.
Can't see each other.
All right.
All right. Both of you give me stealth checks as you make your way back down the way you came up to get to some cover. There's some trees just near the bottom there that you could probably get behind.
19.
5.
19 and 5. All right. Agnes, you sort of put your hand on Sir Pen and sort of like you get the feeling that he's leading you, or you're sort of pushing him toward the trees. Sir Pen, you get that she wants to retreat. You maybe get a little overzealous, and your feet slip on some sort of shale or loose stones, and they sort of go down the mountain in front, or not the mountain, but the embankment in front of you. You both freeze. Vinny, you're keeping an eye on this guy. You're like, oh, my charm spell didn't work. Oh, he's looking over there now because some rock fell. Huh, maybe I should. And then you hear from behind you this noise, and you see him turn around and look down the embankment. And there's another moment of tense silence as you all sort of freeze.
Oh boy. All right.
Meanwhile, Dromm, it's been a good 20 minutes or so since they left. You're with the horses. You see two of the bridles sort of coming down from the horses and like stopping oddly in midair where the unseen servant is holding them. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Your message had no reply. It's been like 20, maybe 25 minutes. You're not sure?
I take a small handful of. Is there any dust, dirt, small particulate on the ground?
Absolutely, yeah. There's dirt.
Okay.
You're outside.
Take a little handful and like throw it on where I think the unseen serpent is.
Yeah, you see it sort of like drape over this humanoid figure.
Well, Guess maybe I'll just poke my head, and I slowly just start to walk towards the cave.
Okay. Leading horses or leaving them there tied up?
Oh, just kind of leaving them there tied up with the
Can you talk to animals?
servant.
Okay. You start heading toward the cliff. All right. Meanwhile, Agnes, Vinny, Sir Ped, what are you doing?
I mean, I could do another minor illusion because it's a cantrip, so
What would you like to do?
I'm going to do pretty much how much further away did we get? I mean, definitely, probably not another 10 feet, right?
No, like another 5 feet.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do the same type of minor illusion, maybe in a slightly different area, but still away from us and away from Vinny, so that he'll look the other way again. And maybe he'll just think that there's just loose rocks around.
Maybe. So another falling rocks type of sound.
Yep.
All right. He looks the other direction again, and this time he even goes a couple steps that direction.
All right. While he's doing that, I'm gonna try and cast Charm Friend on him again.
Okay. All right.
Charm Person.
All right. This time it succeeds.
Ooh, so I got him.
You got him.
He's my friend.
Sorry, your spell succeeds. Yes, he's your friend.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess he knows about me now.
Whew.
Or maybe not. It doesn't matter because I slowly stand up and I wave.
Okay. He turns back around as you stand up.
And I'm like, what is this fool doing?
Yep. And he walks over and he's like, and he says, "What is?"
And I go, that's right. I can't speak your language. So I go, I think I make a pensive face and I go, and I beckon him to follow me.
He comes close. He comes up to you. Yeah.
But no, but I start heading down towards where
Okay. Yeah.
Serpent and
He follows
Agnes
you.
are, where I think they are.
He follows you. You're walking down. Agnes and Serpent, you see them coming straight toward you. You have a moment. What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm probably going to try to. I mean, it looks like he's not being attacked, right? Would I be able to perceive that?
Yeah, he's not being attacked. He's just walking down the hill toward you with the guy behind him.
Well, I
do you
think
wanna-
that I might just then follow wherever Vinny goes.
Okay, so you sort of get out of the
Stay
way.
invisible, but
Serpent,
follow
what are you
me.
doing, Serpent?
Wondering if this is a good time to use my detect evil, good and evil spell, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you said you want. We could retcon if you wanted to do that earlier. I'm sorry. I forgot you.
well, because if they already heard us, but then Agnes created that
minor illusion.
the minor illusion.
Oh, that's right. You didn't want to do it because of the perks. Right.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, is this kind of
I mean,
humanoid chasing?
don't you
Vinny?
think that he's going to be evil anyway? Like, do you
I
need
don't-
to use a spell slot for that? Is it a cantrip?
Oh no, it's a spell.
Yeah, don't waste your spell slot. That's if we don't know if we should be attacking or not. I have a feeling that we should be attacking this guy. We're just trying to pull him away from the rest of his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys
Okay.
both stand to the side invisibly as
Yeah.
Vinny walks right past you, and the guy
That sounds
goes right
good.
by. And now you get a really good look at him when he's right next to you.
Oh.
Definitely wearing the same type of robes as the people who attacked you that night. And actually, yeah, no, yeah.
Does
All
he-
right. Well,
Does he have a tattoo on his arm?
It's kind of hard, it's not like his robes are.
Can I ask him to slide his sleeve up?
You
I make the
want to
motion
stop
with my
walking
arm?
right here?
No, keep walking.
You stop
Bring
walking
it
and
down
turn.
to where Dromm is.
You
Okay.
stop walking and turn toward him. You have no idea you're mere feet from Serpent and Agnes. And what do you do?
I lift up my sleeve and make a motion like, do you have a tattoo? Like, do you have anything on your arm there?
Okay. You sort of and you see the tattoo you're expecting to see.
My eyes light up with fire behind them, but I don't make any outward movements.
okay.
I nod, and I'm.
You know what?
Agnes
You
and
know,
Serpent, you see it too, because it's right next to you.
I continue walking.
I'm throwing the firebolt. All right, I'm using my new cantrip.
Okay. All right.
Wait, you're going to do that right now?
Well,
When we're still close to the cave?
are we close still?
We're only
I
like 30
thought we
feet.
kind of got away with it. Oh.
Yeah, from the cave, you're probably only 30 feet. You can do whatever you want, Serpent.
It's pretty
D&D,
good.
baby.
Throw it in.
All right, now. I will say, you're technically because of where you
Invisible.
are. You're technically within melee range. It is a ranged attack, so it would be at disadvantage because it's
If I use my firebolt,
if you use a ranged attack when you're in melee range, it's technically a disadvantage.
forget
You're
it.
too close.
And-
It's like that scene in
and
Hunt
here's
for Red
the
October
thing.
where the torpedo doesn't arm itself in time.
Got it.
Exactly.
And I think if he's hurt by an ally, he's no longer charmed.
That's
It's
correct.
true, but I don't know if Serpent knows he's charmed. I mean, I don't know. Has he seen Vinny do this before?
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone. That I
No,
was
but
going
he's
to
not
do that.
attacking you.
It's up to you, Serpent. What do you want to do?
All right, fine. I forgot that. So this is a 240 feet kind of thing. So I could use it actually if those guys start chasing us. So
That's your
I-
range.
Well, I mean, you can
Ow.
use it. You can use it at any range up to that. I mean, it's just when
No,
they're
well-
right next to you, right? It's like throwing a baseball when they're standing right next to you. It's you don't really get enough wind up power.
I'm going to take a cue from Vinny. So if Vinny does something, then I'm ready to start throwing it into the cave at anybody else that follows.
Are you going to hold it as an action?
Okay. Yeah, you can
Well,
do
it's
that.
it's a cantrip.
Hold the cantrip. If what's the trigger?
Oh,
What will
sorry.
cause you to
Yeah.
cast
What
that?
if what happens?
If
do you throw this?
Vinny attacks this humanoid and then more people start coming down.
Okay, so if other people come out of the cave, you'll attack them.
As soon as I see them,
Got it. Okay. All right.
they're getting it. Yeah.
All right, Serpent's ready in action.
Once we
Dromm,
get far enough down the hill, I can use my binding sphere.
so Dromm, you come around a bend, and you see Vinny talking to a humanoid figure in a cloak. What do you do?
I had messaged Vinny.
Okay. What do you say?
It's me, Dromm.
Okay, how many words can I respond with?
25.
25 words? Okay. He is charmed.
Don't attack.
Wait for safety to attack. Leading him away
From cave.
from cave. Penis.
My ear.
All right. Now, Vinny, you're currently blocking the view. You don't know where. I guess you technically don't know where Dromm is either. Well, you've seen the tattoo.
It's just me and my new buddy walking out into the desert.
You're not sure where Agnes and Serpent are. You've just seen the tattoo.
We're going to start our new
You
lives
just
together.
heard a message in your head from Dromm, so you know he's within 100 feet, but you're not sure where. What would you like to do, Vinny?
I'm going to... Alright, so how far am I from the cave? More than 30 feet now? Oh, still 30 feet.
You haven't moved.
Yeah,
All right,
because
so I'm gonna
you were 8 feet from his sentry point, which is right at the entrance, and then
Okay.
you walked down
I'm
to
gonna
where those
continue
guys
walking.
were starting to walk away. So yeah, it's right around 30, 31, 32 feet
I'm
somewhere.
going to keep putting distance between me and the cave.
Okay, so you turn around again, and you see
Yeah.
Dromm right in front of you,
Okay.
like another 10 feet away, 15 feet away.
Alright, so then I...
And the guy grabs your shoulder, and he's like, "Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah."
And I say,
Hey, what language is he speaking? I wonder if I know it. Is it
do any of
primordial?
you know Draconic?
No.
Yes.
Dromm, you understand him say, there's a person, what should we do?
and I make a motion like this is where I was leading him. To our mutual friend.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Or maybe
Alright.
it's performance. Your choice. Performance or persuasion.
Oh, let's do performance. Oh, I already rolled. It doesn't matter. 6.
6. Okay. Dromm, you hear him say that. What do you say anything in response?
You hear Vinny say that? I hear him say that. Sorry.
You hear this person, this humanoid in a cloak speaking Draconic say, there's a person. What should we do?
Sorry.
He takes out his he's got like a sling over his back, and he takes like a short javelin out of it.
I say, you speak Draconic, and lower my weapon. And I say that in Draconic, because that would help.
All right. He responds, "Yes, who are you?"
Oh, I'm Dromm. I'm Vinny's friend. This is Vinny.
All right. He sort of looks to you, Vinny. And by the way, Vinny, you don't understand a single word that Dromm is saying. Agnes and Serpent, even though you're 5 or so feet up the hill, you also hear Dromm talking to him. And he sort of like looks and he says, "All right. Have you come with news?"
I came with Vinny. Vinny might have news.
"Is it from the master?"
Almost certainly.
He turns toward Vinny and he says, tell me now. I will relay the message." Actually, no, hold on. No, you should come. And he sort of turns and he starts going up the hill. Vinny, you didn't understand any of that. Dromm, you did.
Uh-oh.
One moment.
He pauses and he turns back.
And then I say to Vinny, he's expecting us to have news from the master for him.
Okay.
I say that in English.
You say that in common, and he says, "Why did you switch to common?"
For Vinny.
Vinny has news from master, only speaks common.
He speaks a lot of languages, but he prefers common.
Why would Skulldrake send you?
Well,
He's
go ahead and tell him,
speaking
Vinny.
in common now too.
Go ahead and tell him, Vinny.
We are his finest assassin.
Got my drone voice for a minute. Go ahead.
You say we are his finest assassins?
We are a secret band of assassins that he uses for odd jobs.
Give me a deception check with that.
No problem. Deception also got bumped. 22!
You looked out with that one.
Yes, I did. It was almost a 4.
Okay, you must come report to Shaman. Come. He sort of turns and starts heading up again. He looks back expectantly at the two of you. Still can't see Agnes or Supen, but you've understood the last half of this because it's been in common.
Okay. So is he still looking at us?
Yeah, he's trying to get you to go with him to see the shaman, whoever that is.
Okay. Something's gonna happen real quick.
Agnes is thinking to herself, this is why I do all the talking. What out, Agnes? All right. Agnes is sitting there with her arms crossed.
Okay.
No one can see you silently fuming.
All right. So I look at the lizard guy. I nod and I start to follow him until he turns away.
As soon as you start to follow again, he turns away.
And then I attack him.
All right. You'll get sneak attack, because he's definitely going to be surprised.
Okay.
He's no longer going to be your friend.
But he's no longer going to be your friend.
I know.
All right, go for it.
Well, everyone else was invisible, or as confused as I was. So, okay. So I have to roll to hit first.
Well, you'll have advantage on the attack.
Hold on, why did I do that? Because wait, where's my?
You'll have advantage on the attack, and you'll get your sneak attack.
So what are you using?
Yeah, what are you using?
Yeah, sorry, it's been a while since I've done this, and I'm dumb.
You're using your dagger. You're using your.
I was gonna use my short sword.
Short sword.
Can I roll that over?
I
wasn't.
What's that? You get advantage.
You just rolled. I mean, it would be. You can use what you rolled and just add 7.
Oh, what was that? 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, 16.
So you rolled 2 d20s and you took the highest?
No, he has to roll again.
Oh,
so.
yes, that's right. It's advantage. Okay.
Oh, much better.
Oh, 21.
Okay, 21 total. That will hit. So
right.
roll.
Now you do the sneak attack.
Roll damage and roll sneak attack.
All right. So the damage would be 8, and then for the sneak attack, holy crap, there's a lot of dice there. Would be 16, so 24.
Okay, so he turns, starts back up. As soon as he's turned, your sword in your hand sinks straight through his heart. He crumbles to the ground dead.
What? I was expecting so much more. Like, okay, so then I just look around like.
Dromm, you see him do this. You don't know where Agnes and Serpen are. Even though they're like right next to you.
Well, now that he's dead, I'm like, what are you doing?
And Vinny, you're like, actually, Vinny, just roll a d20, Vinny.
One strike, Vinny.
So roll a straight d20. I just want to. 10 or less.
9.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit, what? Like, you're totally startled.
I should get back to the horses.
I think we all need to leave.
And I think
Clearly, they're looking for Skulldrake. We need to follow them wherever they go.
But
Because they'll lead to Skulldrake.
I tell them, but they're all in the caves.
you guys can speak
Okay,
freely
so-
now. There's no one near you.
I heard
Okay.
voices in the caves.
So do I need to carry this dude's body back with us so that they don't find his body?
I probably
Hey.
should have done speak with
Hey,
the
Barry.
dead instead of speak with plants. Well, what do you know?
Well, I mean, there's more of them.
But if we follow them, then we'll find Skulldrake.
Maybe.
All right. I think this is where we're gonna break. You guys will have a couple of weeks to think about your next course of action.
Oh boy.
Can we at least set up my tiny hut and have a night's rest? Or
Yeah, you can.
Back
Yeah,
by
if
the
you-
horses?
what do you want to?
go back to the horses, set up the tiny hut.
What are we doing with the body? Is he burying
Hide
it?
that body.
Yeah, we can take the
Bury it.
body with us.
Oh,
Or
That's our trophy.
it looks like a turkey.
Our turkey body.
We're gonna cook it.
I mean, we should probably search it anyway. But let's just drag it down to Lehman's tiny hut.
Can we eat
Are
it?
these guys tasty?
Yeah.
More rations.
They taste like chicken, right?
It looks
Yeah,
like a chicken slash
so-
turkey.
It's a lizard. It's not cannibalism.
Oh.
It's a lizard folk,
Can you-
primitive reptilian humanoids. Are you so? Wait. So what's going on? Hold on. You're still like on the base of this embankment. There's
I
still
pick it up and carry it over my shoulder as we walk back to the horses where
Okay.
we will set up camp.
okay. All right.
I'll spend 10 minutes and 1 minute to cast Lehman's tiny hut,
Okay.
and then we'll set up the same watch.
And I have a hunting trap with me, and I think I will set it up in a location where if someone was approaching the tiny hut from the caves, they would likely step
Sure.
on it.
What is this? What is it? A hunting trap?
A hunting trap. When you use your action to set it, this trap forms a sawtooth steel ring that snaps shut when a creature steps on a pressure plate in the center. The trap is affixed by a heavy chain to an immobile object, such as a tree or spike, driven into a ground. A creature that steps on the plate must succeed on a DC 13 Dex save, or take 1d4 piercing damage and stop moving. There's more, but
Nice.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. We will end things there. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time on BND Live. See what happens.